Hi and welcome to this tutorial. Now this guy Brian has been emailing me the last few days regarding some topics he has on some of his scenes in Lightwave. One of his problems is he's making this shelf system for a store or something like that, and he's having a lot of bottles of shampoo or something like that in different types of shampoo on the shelves here. And the problem is that all his bottles, of course, is modeled with subpatching, but when he tries to render the scene, it gets kind of heavy because all the bottles adding up, he's getting about 5 million polygons. So it's getting kind of expensive for him, also render time wise. So I thought I will do a little tutorial here on showing him a little trick here, and of course all of you guys out there who come visit my website, also check out my YouTube site. There are some of my tutorials there as well in a higher resolution. But stay tuned here and I'll show you a little something here you can use. Let's start by wrapping up a little shampoo bottle here. I have zoomed in, as you see, 2 centimeters here on my grid, so I can start model a little kind of bottle here. So I'll do like this, and I will then extend up here, and I'll scale down a bit and take this and extend out, scale in a bit like this. It's just for a rough model here, so you can see what I'm talking about, but you'll get the full idea when you see what's actually going on here. So, and extend again, and extend again, and pull in, and extend and pull up. Just here to make the bottom. Now if I hit my subpatch now, which is the tab key, you'll see how it smooths this bottle out here. Let's just give it a little more shape here by dragging this out, and I'll try make a little top here, pull this up, extend again, pull this up, extend again, drag this out a bit and extend again. But again, this is just for display, so it could be anything. Like this, and let's take this and drag in a bit, and take these two and pull these closer together. Like this, we have this mighty fine shampoo bottle here now. Okay. Right now I'm not getting any errors here, though I have some polys up here. That is not quad. That's because I'm subpatching in Catmull Clark. I'll turn this into a normal subpatch just for fun, to display how I just will fix this here by selecting these points and hitting the L to connect and the L to connect. I'll take these 3 and pull up a bit, and in the bottom here they are already linked, so here we have a nice shampoo bottle. I'll save this. Let's test here. Subpatch level of detail. Let's call it that. And here I will say shampoo. Now I'll send this over to my layout. Ta-da! I had layout starting twice, that's why my hub is not working. Subpatch level of detail. Oh. Plus subpatch subpatch level of detail. Here we go. Now, of course, as many of you know, subpatch here is defined. The level of detail of the subpatch is defined by the geometric settings here, the geometry settings here in the object properties. So, if I pull it down here, you can see you have here the value for what you've seen in the display here. So you can put this to 1, or you can push it to 8 if you like, and you can get a nice smooth surface. Let me add to you who maybe not be familiar with subpatches. You see the small quads here. When you are this small, do not rise the subpatch anymore. You can do with the less and then add smooth on the surface instead. But for now, I'll display you here. I'll say 2 here in the display, and I'll say 3 here or 6 here. You see, if I render at 1, I'll try to test render here, and puff, I got the bottle here at 1 subpatch division. Now if I set this to 5, of course, it will divide up to 5, and you see here, now I have 5,500 polygons, and it's a lot smoother. And that's a problem now, because if you had, like say, 100 of these in the scene, that'll quickly be a lot of polygons. But the thing is that your camera is not always close to all the bottles at the same time, and I'm going to use this to control here the level of the subdivision. So I'll go here and hit the texture button, and then I will go to gradient here, and I'll set my value here. First here at the input parameter, I'll set distance to camera. Then I have 0 here, and I have 10 meters here. Now this is a small shampoo bottle, so I'll set this to just say 1 meter here, and I'll make a point down here, and I'll say when it's here, it's value 1, but when I'm really close to it, I want it to be value 6, and you get a gradient looking like this. Now what that's gonna do is that if I now go to my camera view and I stay, let's say if I look in the top view here, we have 10 centimeters, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So about a meter is around out here. That's 1 meter. So if I look at my bottle now, I can rotate over here, and if I render now, you see my bottle is pretty low polygon. But what I do then is I move the camera closer, whoops, like this, say, for instance, and I render again. And you see already now the bottle is a lot smoother than it was before on distance. And again, I'll move the camera even closer, and you see, if I render now, the bottle is really smooth now. So that way you can control, with using the distance of the camera, how the level of the detail of the subpatching is in the scene. And that of course will work with all the bottles here on the shelves. If you had say 100 bottles or something, the distance of the camera then could control your distance here. Another thing I would like to notice here is the way this is working. Because if I take this bottle here and I rotate it like this, so we can see the edges here of it like this. There are several ways to work this out. If I go a little closer here and I render, and I go up to, let's first add some edges here. We'll just add anything here, and I'll then render. You can see here the value of polygons. But the value of polygons on the subpatch is the same division all over the object. if I get closer to the object itself and render again, it will get even closer. Of course, if I raise the value on the division geometry here and say this one is value, say 12, then you will see that there's a lot of polygons here, but it's the same value all over the object. Also, if I then drag out to the distance here again, still it's the same value. It's lower now, of course, because I have to go all the way out to 1 meter, but you see now there's very little polygons. But the problem here is this is how you get closer to the object itself. Now imagine if you were making one huge landscape, say 1 kilometer times 1 kilometer or something like that. This effect would not work correctly, because as you get closer to the object itself, to the landscape with the camera, the entire landscape would divide up and become 1 billion polygons or something like that. Now to display the method I told about with the landscape, I've made a simpler object here, but which is bigger than the shampoo bottle, to demonstrate how you can benefit of this. I have here set up the division again, but per polygon level, and I have now set 1 meter here and 0 here and division by 8. Distance to camera here again. And now if I render, you'll see here already at a distance you can see the closest polygons here on the object is divided somewhat more than these here on the backside due to the distance of the camera. And that's what per polygon can do for you in this type of situation. If I move closer, like here, you'll start to see an even more significant difference between this here and this over here. And as the camera gets closer, it'll be more and more detailed. But still, the ones in the distance, as you see here, will be more low polygon, and that of course is due to which value you set. I set this to 0 or 1. You could set this to 2 or 3 and then keep the closest polygons to say 8 or 10 or something like that. And by doing that you can fix your landscape so you don't have to have 1 billion polygons in the landscape. So I hope this tutorial can help you out there to make something good out of this and to get you through your scenes. So good luck.